Let's do Cardinals first. Obviously, they're going to be, locked in that 3 spot. They're not catching the Mets, and they're going to be wrapped up with either the Mets or the Braves in the second round. They're sort of a team that a lot of people don't think will make a lot of noise in postseason play because they don't love their pitching. I'm sure they've heard about that. Everybody talking Mets, Braves, and Dodgers, kind of leaving St. Louis out. You see him more than I do. Let me get your take there first. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, first of all, Mad Dog, they admitted the other night they have their eyes set on that number 2 seed. So they're quite a bit behind still, 4.5, 5 games, 5 games behind on the loss column. But they, have something to play for here. If they get that 2 seed, they get the bye. But let's assume they don't. I agree with you. They need to get their pitching right. Adam Wainwright admitted the other night he's gone through a little bit of a dead arm period. He's coming out of that, pitched well in that historic game, tagging up with Molina for the 325th time. Miles Mikolas last night, though, lost, and he's trying to find himself. Though he's approaching 200 innings, a lot of innings for a guy that's had some injuries. So Wainwright, Mikolas, they really need to find that starting staff, sort of peaking at the right time going into October for them to have a chance. Because remember, they have a pretty devastating lineup. When Pujols is hot, it's even better. But without Pujols, it's still pretty good when you think about Goldschmidt and Arenado possibly 1-2 in the MVP race. So I agree with sort of the people on the outside looking in. They need to get their starting pitching sort of straightened out as they head to October, but they have a shot.
Well, the problem that they're going to have if they play the Mets is the Mets are going to throw Scherzer and DeGrom at them. And, I don't know if they're going to play Pujols in that situation. And then you got Goldschmidt and Arenado trying to hit 2 great pitchers. So, the Mets aren't throwing a left-handed pitcher against the Cardinals under any circumstances. And the Mets killed the Cardinals in the regular season, albeit a long time ago. They destroyed them. That is not – they're better off playing Atlanta. That is not a good matchup for them if they get wrapped up in a 2-3 with New York. How about that for a sec? Let me hear.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because if you look at the numbers, they're the best team against left-handed pitching using OPS. The Cardinals are. So you're right. The righties can neutralize them. There's no doubt the Mets would be a big favorite in a short series. I will say this, though. When you get them down here in St. Louis, there's been 40,000 in September, midweek here, showing up at Busch Stadium. Now, most of that is for Pujols, Mad Dog, but look, get the Mets down here. You never know, especially if Jack Flaherty comes back. He's back on the mound tonight. Like, if he comes back to peak Jack Flaherty, then you might have a shot. There's no doubt they're underdogs, especially against the Mets, as you said.
Yeah, listen, I love Flaherty, but he hasn't pitched in 2 years. So, I don't know what to expect out of him. What's your take on Pujols series? Is he pressing a little bit? Will he press? They're going to play him all the time to hit these 3 home runs. You'd think he'd get it. He's not one, I don't think, who thinks about it too much, which is a plus. Will he get 700 here by the end of the season? What's your take on that?
Okay, so yes, I do think he's going to get it. I think the best thing for him might be going on the road. They go to San Diego and LA next week. Mad Dog, there's 40,000 plus people on their feet every time he leaves the dugout, let alone gets in the batter's box. That kind of pressure, it's one thing to hit a single for number 3,000. To hit a home run or 3 of them, that's tough. Now, Ollie Marmol's playing every day, as you said, against righties. They have a doubleheader tomorrow. We'll see if he's in both ends. I like that Marmol's doing that at home. They have an 8-game lead. Let's see if he can do it at home. But I think it's more likely to happen on the road. A little less pressure out in San Diego and in L.A. I think his kids, his family are out in L.A., so who knows? That could be a magical ending for it to happen there. But I do think he's going to get to 700. It's just been sort of a not pressure-filled week, but just a tension-filled week. Again, 45,000 on their feet every time he comes to the plate. It's hard to perform and hit a home run with that kind of, attention on you.
He'll never admit it. And money aside, he made an awful decision leaving the Cardinals to begin with. This is a big franchise. Stan Musial, the fans love him. Not that same kind of intensity in Anaheim. Now, he never admitted, and he got $250 million, so I understand. But from a baseball perspective and a big picture perspective, I think Pujols made a mistake. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree from a baseball perspective. They'd have multiple statues of him, not just one, if he had stayed the whole time, because that's how beloved he is in this town. He is synonymous with the Cardinals, even though he spent the decade elsewhere. It's just amazing how he's one of their own after leaving and then now coming back. So, yeah, he probably did, but it's hard to regret it in the moment back then. It certainly is hard to regret the money. But man, his teammates love him. The city loves him. It's just him and the Cardinals, man. This love affair, and it's coming to a storybook ending. Either the 700 home runs or at least another playoff appearance with him, Molina, and Wainwright.
And you think he's not? If he ends up at 699, you don't think he's coming back? You actually think this is going to be it? If he's one home run shy of 700?
I do think it's it. If he was a different person, he might come back just to hit 700 and then retire. That doesn't seem to be him. I mean, I don't think 700 was really on his mind this year until about 4 weeks ago, right? So I don't think he'll do that just as a gimmick, and I don't think he's coming back for a full season. Always could be wrong about these things, Mad Dog. But no, I think this is it. Look, it's so funny listening to his teammates. They swear that he's not trying to hit home runs. I'm not sure if I completely believe them, but they think he's just going through his normal routine and the homers are coming. But he's pulling a lot of balls. He did it in an Oppo home run recently. So I do think down the stretch he's going to try to get there. But if he doesn't, he doesn't, and that'll be a career.